Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And boy, much better day today. And what a beautiful shot from our Badger Mountain Sky-Fi Tower camera looking back at the Cascades. And yeah, fresh coat of snow on the top of our mountaintops after earlier this week. That storm system moved through and dropped some snow in the mountains. But boy, today, a nice day, kind of like you'd expect in early spring around our area. Enjoy today, and tomorrow's going to be spectacular, but there's always a downside, and that'll be on Friday. Wind will return. It's actually going to last into Saturday too, but Friday, wind gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour, and that includes the Columbia Basin and right here in the Wenatchee area. We'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. Now, a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Chelan County is awarded $1.9 million in a contract to a Vancouver company for the restoration of the deck on the Cascade Orchard Bridge. The Wenatchee High School Color Guard team was crowned state champions at a recent competition. And if conditions allow, this weekend will be the final days of operations this year for Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort. But first, our top story tonight. A driver in the Sunny Slope area of Wenatchee had to call for help Monday night after his vehicle hit a power pole, sending live lines down onto the car. Kay McKellar of Chelan County Fire District 1 said the accident happened about 10 p.m. in the 1000 block of American Fruit Road, and it briefly knocked out power to residences in the area. She said firefighters kept the man in his car until Chelan County PUD crews could arrive to de-energize the lines. The unidentified man was not injured and was not cited for the accident. Chelan County has awarded a $1.9 million contract to a Vancouver company for the restoration of the deck on the Cascade Orchard Bridge. The county said work will begin this summer on the bridge on Icicle Road outside Leavenworth. MJ Hughes Construction will remove 1.5 inches of concrete bridge deck and replace it with a concrete overlay. There also will be a slight widening of the sidewalks on both sides and taller safety railings. For most of the work, the bridge will be closed to one lane with a 30-day full closure near the finish of the project. The work is part of $2.6 million that will be spent on the bridge restoration. Well, in other news, the Wenatchee High School Color Guard team was crowned state champions at a recent competition. The Color Guard won first place in the regional Scholastic A division of the state competition. Color Guard coach Elvis Garcia Sanchez said his team recorded the highest score in the nation for their class and won the state championship by 13 points. Well, if conditions allow, this weekend will be the final days of operations this year for Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort. The ski resort outside Wenatchee is closed all this week, but is hoping to reopen Saturday for 2 final days of the season. The resort opened the season the Friday after Thanksgiving as scheduled, but had to shut down a week later during unseasonably warm weather. It reopened for the remainder of the season a week later. Well, when we come back, the Flywheel Angel Network received 77 applications from founders to compete at the 2022 Flywheel Investment Conference. Washington State Poet Laureate Raina Priest will hold a live reading via Zoom on the Wenatchee Valley College OMAC campus on April 20th. Chelan County has free wood chips available for anyone with a shovel, gloves, and a vehicle for hauling them away. And last week, we showed you the collection of blue pinwheels spinning outside the Chelan County Courthouse, and tonight, we'll take you across the river for a look at the pinwheels outside East Wenatchee City Hall. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's going on 4 decades of doing business in the Wenatchee Valley. And I want people to know that it matters. It matters to me that people choose to do business with us. It matters that people trust us, trust us. That matters more than anything.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Welcome back. In another news, the Flywheel Angel Network received 77 applications from founders to compete at the 2022 Flywheel Investment Conference. The 77 Washington-based companies are vying for the chance to be on stage May 18th and 19th in Wenatchee competing for investment. This year's Flywheel Investment Competition will see over $275,000 in investment awards, the highest offering in Flywheel Conference history. The investment awards, combined with the relocation offer of $50,000, puts over $325,000 on the table for Washington State startup companies at this year's conference. Washington State Poet Laureate Raina Priest will hold a live reading via Zoom on the Wenatchee Valley College OMAC campus on April 20th. People interested can either attend the 4 to 5 p.m. event at the Hazel Allen Burnett Hall on the OMAC campus or by registering online through the Wenatchee Valley College webpage. A member of the Lummi Nation, Priest is the state's first Native American Poet Laureate. She was appointed to the post last year by Governor Jay Inslee. Chelan County has free wood chips available for anyone with a shovel, gloves, and a vehicle for hauling them away. The chips are available at 3 Chelan County brush drop-off sites, including the Leavenworth Pit at the intersection of East Leavenworth and Icicle Roads, the Chelan Transfer Station, and the Dryden Transfer Station. The Leavenworth Pit is open on Fridays only from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Chelan Transfer Station is open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays, and the Dryden Transfer Station is open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. also Tuesdays through Saturdays. The county reminds people that any chips taken from the Leavenworth site must stay within the apple maggot quarantine area. Well, last week we showed you the collection of blue pinwheels spinning outside the Chelan County Courthouse, and tonight we'll take you across the river for a look at the pinwheels outside East Wenatchee City Hall. The pinwheels are a reminder that April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. East Wenatchee police officers and their families put the pinwheels out this week and invite the public to come by and take a photo with family and friends to help spread the word that it's time to put an end to child abuse. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Be sure to tune in each weeknight for sports during the NCWLIFE Evening News. If it's the Mariners, the Seahawks, or any of our local teams, I'll be sure to cover the latest right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCWLIFE. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
It's a little scary at first, right? You're just throwing money out there hoping it comes back. And to see those results come back through and see people walk through the door and say, hey, saw your TV advertisement. Those are the kinds of things that you see the return on. And when you look at the cost spent, you know you're making a return on it. NCWLIFE really does a great job of exposing our brand and Succession wines to North Central Washington. There's a huge market here and market potential that NCWLIFE is able to help us capture, spread who we are, and tell the world about what Succession does, and they are a great avenue for that.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, as Americans continue to experience record-setting gas prices, U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell of Washington said there needs to be more focus on what she called the mysterious middle of the petroleum supply chain. Cantwell spoke yesterday as she led a Commerce Committee hearing on gas price transparency.
Surging petroleum prices are wreaking havoc with American households' budgets and threatening our nation's post-pandemic recovery and global competitiveness. In the state of Washington, many of my constituents are still paying close to $5 a gallon at the pump, and even though prices have fallen 11% last month. For some reason, the sticker shock in California is even worse. Many drivers in the Golden State are shelling out $6 or more to fill up a gallon of their cars and trucks. Diesel fuel, the bedrock of our nation's supply chain, is also having great impacts. A few weeks ago, we saw the highest diesel prices ever. Prices dropped a bit recently, but nationwide they are still recovering from an overall 5-gallon where we are today. This means it can cost a trucker over $1,000 to fill up their rig. As Senator Cruz knows from the Aviation Subcommittee, jet fuels have also climbed to record levels, hitting air carriers and travelers with steep increases just as the industry is starting to recover from the pandemic shutdown. I'd like to acknowledge up front that the world oil prices are at record levels. There are a lot of compounding reasons for that. Russia's despicable attack on Ukraine, a post-pandemic demand surge, and an atrophied supply chain, and OPEC's cartel refusal to help boost production. What this hearing is about is the mysterious middle of the gas market. This is what is shown on the chart behind me. So we're not talking about the world oil price, or we're not talking about what happens at the individual retailers. This is not about the crude oil, or what that does account for about half of the cost of a gallon of gas. That is set at world markets. Nor are we talking about local gas stations, because many of them are small businesses who are owners who take a lot of heat from the angry drivers. Because the reality is that gas stations are price takers and operate on thin margins no matter what the retail price of petroleum is. This hearing is about this mysterious middle of the supply chain, how we can shine a light on the black box to expose any anti-competitive dark trading, making sure there aren't a bunch of smart guys in the room hurting consumers because they think we can't figure out what is happening when there is a lack of transparency.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Pretty nice Wednesday out there for us today, and a beautiful shot as always looking down from Wenatchee Heights in our cross camera down at the beautiful Wenatchee Valley. Lots of blue sky out there today with just some wispy high clouds, but boy, temperatures felt nice with less wind, and didn't that feel good today? 55 unofficially our high temperature today. 59 is our normal temperature for this time of year. Record record 79 in that beautiful April of 1977. 30 our overnight low this morning, so we just about dipped below 30 degrees, but all of us below the freezing mark this morning. 38 is normal. Our record, yeah, we tied it. 30. That was set back in 2011, so you know it was a chilly one. We're still at 1.74 inches of moisture for the year. Remember last year we talked about how dry it was? That is an inch below where we were last year at this time, so boy, we need the moisture. Sunrise 6:29, and the sun will set tonight for us at 7:38. Taking a look at your Thursday temperatures. Get outside if you have the chance tomorrow. I hate to encourage anyone to play hooky, but if you're going to do it, look at this. Tomorrow, the day to do it. Almost 70 for Ephrata and Moses Lake. 67 the high in Quincy. 65 in Wenatchee. 64 in Cashmere. And 64 as well at Lake Chelan. Anywhere you go tomorrow, it's going to be a beauty with very light winds. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. The low pressure system that brought us all the wind the last couple days is now over into the upper Midwest. And that's clearing skies behind that. Maybe a few high clouds. We'll call it mostly cloudy skies, with lows in the low to mid 30s overnight tonight. For Thursday, it's going to be beautiful. Mostly sunny and warmer. High temperatures mid 60s, maybe even 70 degrees for the Columbia Basin. Tri-Cities surely will see 70 degrees tomorrow. For Friday, partly cloudy, and yes, back to the wind. Here we go, all through north central Washington. Once again, a strong northwest to westerly flow, and that'll kick up those winds. Saturday, not going to be much better. All kinds of wind around our area, and much cooler on Saturday with high temperatures of only 50. Here we go with air coming straight down from the north, and that means a very cool Sunday too. An area of high pressure just isn't going to leave us, and that's going to allow that cold air to funnel down. Also a 20% chance of rain at times on Sunday with high temperatures near 50. As we kick off your next work week on Monday, mostly cloudy once again. A 20% for mainly scattered showers on Monday with high temperature again on the cool side at only 51 degrees. And for Tuesday, at the end of our forecast, cloudy skies. I think that'll be our best shot for some rain. 30%, almost statewide. High temperatures a little bit better on Tuesday. We're talking 55 degrees. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 37 overnight tonight. Here, we've been talking about this day all week. 65 beautiful degrees tomorrow and mostly sunny. Wind on both Friday and Saturday. 59 Friday, and there's that cool down as we head into the upcoming weekend. Only 50 degrees for our high on Saturday and Sunday. A 20% chance of rain Sunday into Monday. Monday's high at 51. And then for Tuesday, cloudy skies. Still cool, a 30% chance of rain with high temperatures then of 54 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Grandstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Do you have old or unused prescription medications lying around? You can now safely and anonymously dispose of them at a safe medication return kiosk near you. Just visit your nearest location. 75% of opioid misuse starts when someone uses medication that wasn't prescribed for them. By removing unwanted prescriptions from your home, you're helping to keep your loved ones safe and healthy.
NCWLIFE really does a great job of exposing our brand. It's a little scary at first, right? You're just throwing money out there hoping it comes back. And to see those results come back through and see people walk through the door and say, hey, saw your TV advertisement. Those are the kinds of things that you see the return on. And when you look at the cost spent, you know you're making a return on it. There's a huge market here and market potential, and they are a great avenue for that.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The Wenatchee Wild won a thriller in overtime last night, 3-2 over Salmon Arm to bring the series to 2-1. Wild saw its 2-0 lead disappear on goals by Salmon Arm in the second, and midway through the third periods, forcing overtime. That's when Landon Parker, Ian Somoza, and Cade Stibbe went to work. Our checker had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
Glove side of Say, back to Zakarpa. His wrister, he scores! I think Littler might have got a piece of it, I'm not sure. But it beats Say low on the stick side. And Jacob Karpa is going to lead the line, so that's going to be his goal. A nice dish up the middle, touch pass for Caffarelli. Caffarelli leaves it for Quinn Emerson. He's in, shoots, he scores! Quinn Emerson from the left wing, top of the circle. And he beats Owen Say on the blocker side. And the Wild now lead it 2-0. Zips it up on the left side for Bourgault. Drop pass, Panetta, shot, blocked on the way through, loose puck, gets the outside of the net. Panetta turns it back for Hartman at the right point. His shot through traffic, save made, rebound, score! Panetta able to tuck it in. He comes out with a lead pass, and Serdachny sauces it along for Lambert. Lambert tries to get in around, he does, he shoots and he scores! He just changes play. And now there's a loose puck in front. Vlaha covers it up. Boy, Serdachny was all alone in front. And now Serdachny coming after Littler and tackles him from behind. He's going to get a couple minutes in the bin for that for sure. Gasparini comes over and kind of moves Serdachny out of the way, but turns it in front, and it's cleared, not out. Held in. Hayduke, his shot through traffic, blocked on the way through by Corbett Waugh. Held in the zone by the Wild. Stibby to Somoza. Somoza back in Stibby. Shot, score! Paige Stibby with the overtime game winner. And the Wild are right back in this series. They trail 2-1.
Now, Coach Chris Clark took a puck to the eye midway through the first period, which Cade Stibby enjoyed immensely.
I don't know, but I loved it because I saw him take it and I could tell it hurt, and he didn't flinch. It was, I loved seeing it. I loved it.
Most of those went behind me, actually. This one actually hit me, so it might be my first save in a long time.
Clark, he says it was a relief to get this win and take care of home ice in Game 3.
You got to give Salmon Arm credit. We went up there. They did what they were supposed to do. They took care of the games on their home ice, and like we talked about, we got to do the same now in our building. And proud of our guys for sticking with it. You know, you get up 2-0, and then for them to come back 2-2. I thought our penalty kill was unbelievable tonight. The difference, quite frankly, was probably our penalty kill. And then when we did have our breakdown, Sandy Valaha was unbelievable. I just had to stick with it. We talked last week, and we said in the playoffs you got to win one in overtime. So might as well make it the first one and give ourselves an opportunity to get back in this series, and just told the guys to go make a play. Somebody make a play. We got a lot of guys in there that can make plays, and enjoy this moment. This is why you do the extra bike workouts all year. This is why you got up when you were 8, from the time you were 6 years old till now, to train and to get yourself ready for this. This is a moment you need to enjoy and go make the most of it. Hockey is a game of mistakes, right? And you try to be the team that makes the least at the end of the night, and you got to give their team. That's a good hockey team over there, and they put a lot of pressure on us, and they did create some turnovers. But we have some good hockey players in our room too, and I think it was Parker Murray that created the turnover right there at the blue line, and Somoza jumped in and made a play, and Cade Stibby goes hard to the net, and that's how you score in the playoffs, is in the paint.
Game 4 of the Best of 7 series tonight, 6 o'clock at the Town Toyota Center. Tickets available at WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Seattle Kraken are on the road tonight in St. Louis. Actually, that game is already underway. Seattle just 13 games left after tonight. The game at the Enterprise Center, as I mentioned, underway at Root Sports Northwest. Well, the Mariners wrapped up the exhibition season on a losing note to Cincinnati last night, 12-9 the final. Eugenio Suarez and Jared Kelenic both went deep for Seattle. Chris Flexen knocked around for 7 runs on 9 hits, including 3 homers. Now, Seattle's was supposed to celebrate opening day tomorrow in Minneapolis, but the weather is so bad they postponed it to Friday. First pitch supposed to be 1:10 on Root Sports on Friday. Robbie Ray getting the start. Julio Rodriguez out in center field. Well, there was an upset last night in prep soccer as we checked the Les Schwab scoreboard. That's right. It was Davis upsetting Wenatchee by a score of 1-0. The Panthers were the last unbeaten team of the Big Nine until yesterday. Meanwhile, Eastmont shut out Eisenhower 1-0, and Moses Lake stopped Sunnyside 2-1. Non-league action, Othello topped Ephrata, and Chelan and Seal played to a 1-1 tie. Baseball yesterday, actually boys soccer coming up on Friday on the NCWLIFE channel. Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, the spot. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen with the play-by-play as Wenatchee plays host to Moses Lake, and all gets underway at 7 o'clock. Now we go to baseball on the diamonds yesterday. We have some scores to report. report. WF West over Ephrata. Chelan beat Colville. Wenatchee down Eisenhower. And Davis beat Eastmont by a final of 11-1. Today's part 3 of my series on Devontae McDonald. In this episode of The Fighter Who Became a Boxer, Devontae finally gets a chance to climb in the ring for the first time. Mickey White has a rule for the boxers that join his Move Boxing Club. They have to spar 100 rounds before they can fight. Dante McDonald begrudgingly lived by White's rules and was ready for his first amateur bout. He was used to fighting in the streets, but this was a different game altogether. I had to ask about fear.
Is there a fear factor involved in this for you?
I don't believe so, because, like I said, I grew up fighting on the streets, so we got mitts on, like gloves. You can hit me all day, like, you know what I mean? But I mean, you could try to hit me all day, but like it's not gonna be as bad as getting hit with like an actual bare fist, or you know what I mean? So I personally don't fear like the guy across from me. I feel like when you do too, like it's just gonna doubt what's at task. Like you're not gonna be able to go across the ring and knock somebody out if you're scared, you know. So
I'm not nervous about them. They're definitely like our kids for sure. But I mean that's how we coach everything, whether it's Rams or their family. They we kind of adopt them and take them in, and everything, whether it's moving, we're all doing it together. So they're definitely like our kids. I'm not worried about them. If I was worried, I would have a conversation about, are you sure you should be getting in the ring? But I'm not worried about him getting cracked. I mean, he'll crack him back, but, we have late nights with him. He's like our kid. We love this kid. And whether he was going to box or not, he's still like our kid. We love him, Devontae.
Yeah. It's hard for me to trust people. It's hard for me to let people in. And something just, ever since day one, they're just loving, caring, giving. They're very giving people. And they give people chances after chance. If you mess up, they'll give you a chance again. So I feel like that's the main reason I trust and believe in them.
We had 8 or 9 amateur fights lined up for him. Only 3 went through.
Because he's starting this just as COVID is hitting.
Yeah. During COVID, yeah.
And that was extremely difficult.
Yeah.
For sure. There wasn't as many events.
So after all the cardio, the footwork, the sparring sessions, and learning the craft, Devontae McDonald stepped into the ring for his first amateur fight.
I like to try to get to the middle before my opponent, so I kind of jumped out there and we threw a few shots, knocked him down, he got back up, threw a few more, he got the 8 count. I went to the wrong corner and then the ref's like, get over there to the neutral corner. So I get over to the neutral corner. He gives him the 8 count and then we go back at it. I knock him down again. And again, I get in the corner and he gets up. And then the third time I knocked him down with an uppercut, and his coach was waving the towel, and the ref was already waving it off. So it was, he threw in the towel on that one. Yeah, he threw in the towel. He's like, I don't want my fighter getting hurt. So
Devontae had 3 amateur bouts and won all 3 by knockout in the first round. That's when Mickey went to him and suggested he take the next step, go pro. We'll have more on that next time. For NCW Life Channel Sports, I'm Eric Grandstrom. That's Sports News, Grant. Back to you.
Excellent work, Eric. Thank you very much. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. On tomorrow's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, my guest will be this guy, Alan Walker, the Executive Director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. Over 50 years in the Wenatchee Valley, but their profile, unfortunately, has been quite high over the last couple of years. Alan, what are we talking about tomorrow?
Hey, tomorrow we'll be talking about the Empty Bowls event. A couple dates coming up this month and a little later again next month as well.
For $15, you can't buy better fun than the Empty Bowls Project. We'll talk about that on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, guys, and we will be watching tomorrow morning. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCWLIFE. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.